Season's greetings, everyone. I'm Davia Chambers with Let's Talk Tobago. This week, we see just how hard work, drive, and talent can pay off, whether in business, service, or the arts. And are you still shopping for presents? Well, we are here at Shervan Plaza, and we're going to take a stroll. But first, here's some of what's to come in the next half hour. Leading this week, the island had its first Christmas village, and shoppers had the opportunity to purchase all their local products in one space. Many Tobagonians are learning the art of making their own ham just in time for Christmas, and later, an art exhibition with a charity element. These stories and more when Let's Talk Tobago continues. Stay with us.
Would you like to learn or enhance your skills in construction? Well, build your own future by registering for the Construction Certificate Training Program. At Roxborough Trade Center, you'll get free training in masonry, plumbing, electrical installation, and carpentry. Registration forms are available at the Division of Education, the Division of Community Development, or the Division of Infrastructure. Registration ends on December 29th. For more info, call 291-0781, extension 3065, or visit the Division of Education's Facebook page.
Shervan Plaza opened its doors to the public on December 16, 2011, bringing vibrancy and activity to this quiet stretch of Shervan Road. This mall has a bit of everything from home decor to specialty cakes, even a casino, and a few other things that we'll share along the way. Speaking of shopping, Tobagonians had the opportunity to shop for all their favorite local products in one space at the Christmas Village. It was a chance for entrepreneurs to showcase their work. Caroline Wallace tells us more.
It was an open space for all things Christmas. Gifts, decor, food items, and a whole lot more. The Business Development Unit's Christmas Village opened on December 11th and ran until December 16th at the Scarborough Esplanade. 60 vendors from across Tobago registered to be a part of the village, which was aimed at giving them additional exposure and increasing the marketability of their businesses.
I am here to make my money. And money is what I need. And also, out of this, I hope that someday, throughout Trinidad and Tobago, persons will be able to see my products and be able to patronize me more. In Tobago here, persons know me well, persons who purchase my products, and I hope that someday I will be able to market my stuff and export it internationally.
My business, I like to take my business to the people. So me being here, I'm hoping that people will come out, see what I do, and at least benefit from my products.
Patrons had the opportunity to window shop or purchase items from any of the booths.
I think it will a boost for Tobago because right now the whole country needs to uplift and be able to attract more people and more tourists.
So far you have seen a lot of talent that Tobago has to offer, and it also brings revenue to the country because of the tourists that has been here over the past few days.
The objective of the Christmas Village is to encourage residents of Tobago to buy local.
It is our hope that this effort would generate revenue for these local businesses to the tune of approximately $1.5 million. But today, ladies and gentlemen, is not only about the unfolding of a vision, it is also about opening the doors of opportunity.
This was the first Christmas Village hosted by the Division of Community Development, Enterprise Development and Labor. It is anticipated that the event will become an annual one. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
Convenience is a key word at Shervan Plaza. There's a pharmacy as well as a convenience store where you can get food items, snacks, and anything else you need on the go. Now, the Ministry of Tourism is seeking to establish a committee to develop regulations that govern tourism in Trinidad and Tobago. Our cameras were at the latest consultation to bring you this report.
The tourism industry accounts for at least 50% of Tobago's gross domestic product, or GDP. So it's important to ensure tourism on the island is sustainable. That's why the Ministry of Tourism met with tourism stakeholders in Tobago to discuss the establishment of the Trinidad and Tobago Tourism Regulatory and Licensing Authority.
I think is the most important of the new development is the Trinidad and Tobago Tourism Regulatory and Licensing Authority, which will soon be established, and this entity would be responsible for the development and enforcement of standards for the tourism sector. The plan is to expand these initiatives while developing new strategies to meet the changing demands of today's tourism marketplace.
The authority will play a major role in the island's development. A 7-member external licensing committee has been proposed for the new body. Senior lecturer Dr. Jordan Miller says this will bring greater accountability.
And we thought it was really critical to propose it as an external committee for the sake of proper accountability and transparency, because this is the committee that would be giving the final approvals for your license, so that they would receive and approve applications. They would also receive and approve applications for issuance and renewals of license. They would decide on suspension and revocation of licenses.
The tourism operator license will be valid for 1 year to ensure operators meet international standards. Those who operate without a license will be considered guilty of an offense and fined upon conviction. The authority can also close down a tourism operation that doesn't have a license. The proposed bill creates the legal and regulatory framework for the authority to carry out its mandate.
The elements of the bill I'll go into today include definitions, the establishment of the TTRLA, the board, day-to-day administration of the authority, licensing, appointment of inspectors, and the powers and the duties of the inspectors, complaints to authority, failure to comply with conditions of license, suspension and cancellation, and the appeals board.
The Arthur Lockjack School of Graduate Studies and Business is the consultant on this project. I'm Kern De Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
Shervan Plaza is also very close to the sights and the sounds of Southwest Tobago. So if you're having a beach day, vacationing in the area, or even just passing through, this is the one place you can find whatever you need. Now in 2012, the island's only hospital moved from uptown Scarborough to a more modern facility in Signal Hill, a signal that healthcare in Tobago would never be the same. And as the sector is being transformed, staff celebrated the Scarborough General Hospital's 5-year milestone. Here's more. This month marks it 5 years since the Scarborough General Hospital was relocated from Fort King George to Signal Hill. The occasion was celebrated by the Tobago Regional Health Authority, the TRHA.
Today's Thanksgiving ceremony marks the 5th anniversary of the move of the Scarborough General Hospital from the picturesque hills of Fort King George, Scarborough, Tobago, to this site at Signal Hill, which is no less panoramic.
Dr. Gartha Carrington, the Secretary of Health, Wellness and Family Development, says the future of health care on the island is secure. She is praising the staff for their daily love, passion and dedication to the job and their clients. She's also paying tribute to those who set the foundation for the healthcare system as it stands today.
But I want to commend and celebrate the former board members of the TRHA, former and present board members, because indeed they have set the stage. They represent the large shady trees which shade us today. They've provided shoulders on which we can now stand, and therefore I commend them. I celebrate the opportunity that they have embraced as they continue providing care to our population.
Your health and well-being are key elements to longevity. So Dr. Carrington is encouraging all residents to take greater responsibility for their health and adopt healthier lifestyles. She's also asking health workers to see themselves as being more than just healthcare providers.
As we celebrate, we want to embrace a framework that encourages us to be health promoters, to look at disease prevention, to pursue surveillance and research, to improve the way we integrate our service delivery.
In 2017, the division focused on improving healthcare service delivery, with emphasis on promoting wellness and tackling lifestyle diseases. I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago. Coming up next, agriculture students make their own Christmas ham. Don't go anywhere. Let's Talk Tobago. We'll be right back.
Happy times. Summer car done, summer car, 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 summer car done, yeah, summer car.
Would you like to learn or enhance your skills in construction? Well, build your own future by registering for the Construction Certificate Training Program. Construction Certificate Training Program at Roxborough Trade Center. You'll get free training in masonry, plumbing, electrical installation, and carpentry. Registration forms are available at the Division of Education, the Division of Community Development, or the Division of Infrastructure. Registration ends on December 29th. For more info, call 291-0781, extension 3065, or visit the Division of Education's Facebook page.
Now we're at Bake My Day. It's much more than a pastry shop specializing in cakes and mouth-watering pastries for any occasion. They also offer a variety of soups, sandwiches, and on Fridays, burgers all day long. I'm already getting hungry, but we have to move on. For many people, Christmas is not complete without a ham, but for one group of students, there's no need to rush to the supermarket. They got practical, hands-on training to create their own. We've got this succulent story from Omadara Mills.
It can take months to prepare the perfect ham which becomes the star of your Christmas table. But students of the Youth Apprenticeship Program in Agriculture, YAPA, and other interested participants learned of a simple 3-day process for creating ham from pork, turkey, chicken, and even fish. The meat is soaked in a brine that contains sugar, salt, sodium nitrite, water, and spices. These ingredients add flavor and enhance the shelf life of the meat. Next, it's smoked, then baked, at which point it can be called ham. More than 50 people participated in this workshop, including Tevin Amidi, who enjoyed the practical experience.
The most memorable part was the preparation to say, well, dealing with the ham and doing the injections with the spices and things. Well, more hands-on, you're getting to see how they make the ham and everything, so you understand more how the end product will look like now.
Since the start of YAPA's Cycle 11, students have been learning how to develop products from plants, fruits, vegetables, and meats. It's helping them get more out of food production.
We as students, most of us are all into marketing and our products, myself and the others, we see this as our product. So by doing it ourselves with the help of Miss Albeco, getting our products out there, stamped, sealed and delivered, I think it's great for not me only, but the other students as well to participate and gain hands-on knowing directly what to do themselves.
The workshop has been facilitated by the Marketing Department of the Division of Food Production, Forestry and Fisheries. Food technologist Melissa Agbeco says this kind of training can help strengthen Tobago's agro-processing sector.
I think it's an excellent initiative by the division, and because there's so much talent, there's so many things that young people can learn that can become lucrative businesses. So any workshop that is taught by the program, they can actually use and actually further develop it. Whatever products they would have learned how to make, they can further develop it and actually make a business out of it so that they would be self-sufficient. So I think it's an excellent initiative.
The participants made at least 50 hams. The students plan to sell some of their products or take them home to their families. Their most important takeaway, however, is the ham-making skill, which will prove valuable for this Christmas season and in the future. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Technology is all around us, even at Shervan Plaza. CPA Computers has laptops, digital cameras, parts, and the latest accessories. They even offer cell phone and computer repairs. Now this, in September, the Tobago Library Services hosted a children's reading challenge to commemorate International Literacy Day. Well, the results are in, and Crystal George has all the details in this report. Have a look.
Reading is an essential tool for any child's success, and it's a tool that can take you everywhere you want to go. It's said that no knowledge is ever wasted, so lots of reading is encouraged. The staff members of the Tobago Library Services are doing their part to inspire children on the island to pick up a book by making reading fun.
This reading challenge came about in order to commemorate the International Literacy Day, which started on the 8th of September, and we would have carried this reading challenge for 3 months, and it ended on the 8th of December.
Although the competition has been around since 2015, this was the first time the Roxborough Library took part. The children in the East are determined not to get left behind.
It was the first time Roxborough would have entered into the reading challenge, and I must say it was a success.
Famed fantasy author and TV producer George R.R. Martin once said, "A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one." The librarians hope these children will live again and again. This event was hosted by the Tobago Library Services, which falls under the Division of Education, Innovation and Energy. I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago.
Shervan Plaza also caters to the working woman. Female Executive is a one-of-a-kind boutique that's a favorite among business professionals. Now, many people see sport as a means of instilling positive behavior in children. That was the motivation behind the Mason Hall Police Youth Club's athletics program, and as Omadara Mills tells us, that program has begun to bear fruit.
11-year-old Ben Israel is the winner of the Under-12 2016 National Cross Country Championship. He's been training with the Mason Hall Police Youth Club's athletics program, an initiative that was started in 2015. Even though it's only existed for the past 2 years, the club has produced athletes with promise who have medaled at the national primary school level. Police officer in charge of the club, Dexter Edwards, says the young athletes themselves had a part to play in starting the program.
Part of our portfolio as police youth club leaders is really engaging young people. And we observe that, a number of children, after school, they were up and about, lack of supervision and so on. So, in consultation and probably, what they would like to do. So that's how the program actually started. It was a means of occupying the time of these students who were basically left on afternoons unsupervised.
The club has about 40 athletes ages 8 to 15. They train 3 to 4 days per week. Some of the members explain why they enjoy track and field.
I like running, but I like running to achieve my goal. I like, tournaments and stuff to really push myself.
The reason why I joined athletics because my favorite runner was Bolt because I'm a fan of him and he does run fast. He's the fastest person I know. So I wanted to be a runner so I could be just like him.
The club is a part of the National Amateur Athletics Association. Mr. Edwards says that their participation in meets has had several benefits for the children.
Some students, have done well and it has brought themselves and their families closer together. I have seen where persons' behavior have drastically changed, all because of success and being part of something positive, especially something that they like. I've seen improvements in their self-esteem and discipline, and I think that's one of the goals of the police youth clubs.
Due to the success of the athletes, the Police Youth Club is planning to introduce an athletics program to more communities in North Tobago. Mason Hall Police Youth Club also facilitates cultural and academic programs for its members so that children can have a better chance of living more meaningful lives. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Coming up next, an art exhibition that gives back. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Would you like to learn or enhance your skills in construction? Well, build your own future by registering for the Construction Certificate Training Program. Construction Certificate Training Program at Roxborough Trade Center. You'll get free training in masonry, plumbing, electrical installation, and carpentry. Registration forms are available at the Division of Education, the Division of Community Development, or the Division of Infrastructure. Registration ends on December 29th. For more info, call 291-0781, extension 3065, or visit the Division of Education's Facebook page.
Welcome back. Our tour of Shervan Plaza has turned onto the avenue of food. If you are looking for fast food or even sushi, Roosters is the place to be. From the kitchen, we move to the gallery. Last week, we shared with you the creative works of our budding young artists. This week, we have a story on what our art professionals are up to. A month-long exhibition that's also finding a way to give back. Here are the details.
Tobago's rich culture and beautiful landscapes captured via brushstrokes and colors of acrylics, oils, and watercolors. Even pen and ink pieces and aluminum foil sculptures are on display at this art exhibition. Works created by Nazim Bash, Earl Manswell, Rachel Hosner, Wendell Moore, and Jason Ned. 5 of the island's veteran artists showcased over 70 pieces to the public at the Shore Park complex. It's the first time they're collaborating for an exhibition on the island.
It's important for us. We can't sit down and wait for people to do anything or the powers that be to do anything to move us. We are as artists on our own have to do something to bring us up to speed with the other elements of culture on the island and in Trinidad and Tobago as a whole.
Mr. Bash, Mr. Manswell, and Mr. Moore have been judges of this year's Tobago Secondary Schools Art Competition. They know the importance of encouraging the creativity of our young artists while learning and growing as artists themselves. Mr. Manswell originally came up with the idea. Just over a year ago, he encouraged Mr. Bash to collaborate on this exhibition. He says that artists are important contributors to society who should have avenues to display their work.
It's important to sensitize the Tobago public that there are artists on the island and need the opportunity to showcase the gift that they were blessed with. Because I can remember going to school, people would say art ain't making no money, and that kind of dawned most of the people who had that gifting. Maybe they might have branched off into something, but I know being in it, sometimes it might be hard, but once you stick to it, the opportunity will present itself.
This exhibition isn't just about making money. Part of the proceeds will be donated to the Silphil Home for Children. It's the artist's way of giving back.
So we originally decided to do it to raise some funds for maybe Dominica or Haiti or somewhere, and then collectively we decided, to stick to the old adage of charity begins at home. Yeah? So we decided to do something at home, and we went about looking for various opportunities, and then as it's around Christmas season, we decided at Christmas more geared towards children, and so we chose the children's home up at Signal Hill.
This art exhibition, which opened on December 1st at the Shore Park complex, runs until the end of this month. Now you are welcomed to come and view the pieces or even make a purchase from Mondays to Saturdays, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. The artists hope that Tobagonians will see art as an investment and a profitable career path. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Besides shopping, wrapping presents, and preparing your home for the festive season, Christmas is a time to be with your loved ones. Now, if you're traveling during the holidays, please take every precaution to ensure you and your loved ones are safe. So Christmas is a time for love and sharing. In the spirit of the holidays, one group of special people was honored for contributing to the island's development. More in this next report.
For you, as senior citizens, this event had to take place. Because in a very real sense, we must continue to find ways of saying thanks to you, of being gracious for the path that you have set and that the grounds that you have walked. Yes, because those of us who are standing here today can only do so because you would have labored in the vineyards.
They got together to eat, drink, and be merry. Seniors from the length and breadth of Tobago gathered at the conference room of the Division of Community Development, Enterprise Development and Labor for the Chief Secretary's annual Senior Citizens Luncheon.
I want to ask you to adopt. Normally, when we talk to senior citizens, we ask their kids to help them. I want to ask you to assist us with that generation who know nothing about sacrifice. Teach them how to pull through a period like this and still look as good as you have looked here today.
The senior citizens were also entertained through song and had a chance to hit the dance floor.
Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away.
And the seniors had this to say to you.
Hello, Trinidad and Tobago. This is Mackie from Plymouth, Tobago, wishing everyone a Merry Christmas and a bright and prosperous New Year with lots and lots of love.
I just want to say a Merry Christmas to Trinidad and Tobago. Especially I would say my little island, Tobago.
I would like to take this opportunity to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year.
The Christmas luncheon was hosted by the Chief Secretary, Kelvin Charles. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
And it's now time to have Your Say, the segment of our program where we hear what youth viewers have to say. Today we're asking, what's your favorite Christmas memory? While you think about it, let's have a look at who had their say this week. My greatest Christmas memory was when my whole family was able to get together after many years apart.
Flying kites in Frenchfield, Tobago, the bottom of Bagatelle.
Christmas morning, waiting patiently that kite time come to fly my kite.
My favorite Christmas moment is to be staying with my family and unwrapping gifts.
My favorite Christmas moment is when we're decorating the tree.
My favorite Christmas moment is when I open the presents.
My favorite Christmas moment is when I eating.
Spend time with my family and having a nice Christmas meal.
When I was 6 years old, I woke up and my dad told me to clean my room in a kind of gruff way, and it's like, God, boy, on Christmas I had to clean my room. I mean, it was clean already, but you know, he's that kind of person. So when me and my brother, we cleaning, and when we pull out with the broom, we saw the presents, we was like, way, you know, it was what we always wanted. So that was my most memorable and favorite Christmas memory.
We close another edition of Let's Talk Tobago, and as always, we thank you for watching. Please email us with your comments or queries about the program, and be sure to visit our website, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. From our house to yours, I'm Davia Chambers, along with the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, wishing you a safe and very productive week.